Hello everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to do a little installment that I've started called Story Behind the Song. This time we're going to talk about the song Unimaginable Love that I wrote. My last video was about The End Begins and the story behind that song and the video as well. And that's what I'm going to talk about today with Unimaginable Love, which I uploaded to my channel in September of 2016. I want to talk about writing the song, filming the video, and the after effects. There's a story I want to talk about that happened after I uploaded the video. So I hope you all stay tuned for the entirety of this video. It's really quite an awesome story. So I first want to start off with the lyrics of the song. The earliest recording of the song that I could find was from December 22nd, 2014. I think I started writing the song a couple months before that. If you remember in the last video, Story Behind the Song video, I talked about how I was writing a Christian album soon after I wrote The End Begins. Unimaginable Love is one of the songs from that album that I wrote and that I had copyrighted. It's also the tune for the Red Couch Devotional intro video that I play before every Red Couch Devotional that I do now. Unimaginable Love is written as if God was speaking to the listener. So it's wrote in, I guess you would call it first person, God's first person. I want to go over the lyrics to the song and what they kind of mean to me and what I feel like God was really speaking to my heart as I was writing the song. I also want to point out that the bridge, if you all have watched the music video, then you know, but the bridge, I just said Psalms 23. And I thought Psalms 23 really summed up the overall theme of the song, of how much God loves you and how much He's there for you, even if you can't see Him, even through the valley of the shadow of death, He's still there, and His love is always there. So I want to talk through the lyrics now. The lyrics go like this: "Come a little closer, dear. I can barely see through your swollen eyes filled with tears. Tell me what's been bothering you." I think many times in our walk with the Lord, but also just in life in general, we feel like maybe like we're alone, like we're lost, like we're searching for something more in life because we don't feel satisfied in life with what we're doing. Maybe you've gone through a hardship. You lost a loved one, or maybe a breakup or something, a loss of a friendship, and we can feel sad and like a part of us is missing. And I think it's in those moments that God would say something like, "Come a little closer, dear. I can barely see through your swollen eyes filled with tears." And He wants us to tell us what's been bothering us. And then the next lyric goes like this: "You are not alone. Mile after mile, it's not too far for me to go. Lay it down and let me know." You are not alone. I think it's something that God would speak to me, would speak to anyone going through something hard. I did a song actually that's titled "You Are Not Alone." I might do a story on the song on that one after this one. Mile after mile. Jesus said in one of the Gospels to, after you walk a mile with someone, go ahead and walk another mile. Go the extra mile, as people say. So I feel like that's what God does with us all the time. He goes with us mile after mile. It's not too far for Him to go. All we have to do is just lay it down and let Him know what's been bothering us, as I said. So that's verse 1. Now I want to talk about the chorus. "'Cause I'm here, and I'm yours. There's no need to fear. I've been here before." God doesn't want us to be afraid. He's always there. Even if we can't see Him, even if it doesn't feel like He's close to us, He's always there. God is always God, as one of my Red Couch devotionals said. I've been here before. Everywhere that you can imagine, that you think, every situation that you've ever been in, God has either helped someone else with that, or He has been there before. And it's really comforting to know. And I know you're sincere. I'll pick you up when you fall and wrap you in my arms, my love. And that's the end of the chorus there. I just think that's beautiful. It shows a picture of a loving father who would just, when you're hurting or something, would give you a hug and lift you back up and let you know, keep going. So I think that's beautiful. So yeah, that's what I was going for with the chorus. Verse 2 goes like this. Don't be afraid of the storm. I'll calm the raging seas. I'll change the tides. I paid the price, my blood at Calvary. It makes me think of the account where he's asleep in the boat, and then they wake him up and it's like, what are we going to do about this storm? And he just calms it. He says, peace be still, and the storm gets calmed. So I'll calm the raging seas. I'll change the tides. I paid the price, my blood at Calvary. That's pretty self-explanatory. If the waves are what you fear, just know they're beneath my feet. It makes me think of that account in, I think it's in both of the Gospels, where Jesus is walking on the water, and then Peter goes out to him. I'm in control more than you know. My love is your missing piece. Both of those stories of Jesus walking on the water and calming the sea in the Bible really just show how in control God is. And that's comforting. I ended verse 2 with saying, my love is your missing piece. It's kind of like I said at the beginning, if you've felt lost because you've lost someone or ended a relationship or something like that, and you may feel like a part of you is missing, I really wanted the song to kind of say that God's love could be your missing piece, or is your missing piece. I think everybody has a Jesus shape hole in their heart. My love, I have never left. My love, come and find your rest. Run to my open arms. Yet another picture of God's love towards us. And then that's why I called it Unimaginable Love. That's why I titled the song Unimaginable Love, because it's hard to imagine God's love, because it's just so amazing. And then the fact that you don't see God. God's not someone that that people don't, see. You can't see him. He's not tangible, but he's there. Two things I want to say. As we're transitioning now, I'm going to talk a little bit about filming. There's two things that I had in mind for filming. The lyric where I say, where I talk about water. I'll calm the raging seas. I'll change the tides. I paid the price, my blood at Calvary. But he's talking about calming the seas. So I wanted water in the music video. Second thing I wanted a scene of me running, because right before I say Psalms 23, I say, run to my open arms. So I wanted a scene of me running. Those are the two things I had in mind before we went out and started filming. And I say we. My dad and I went out on Monday, September 5th, 2016 to film this music video. And we decided to go to a place called Burke's Garden in Tazewell, Virginia. This was Labor Day, actually. I looked it up as I was writing the notes for what I'm doing here. I typed up because I saw it was a Monday, and I knew I was going to college at that time, and I thought, well, I don't remember. I don't think I skipped a day to do it. That was Labor Day. So we went out there, and I had just started my first semester at Bluefield College, and so that's what I was doing during that time, September 5th, 2016. And we decided, as I said, to go to Burke's Garden with me and my dad. And we woke up really early in the morning. I think it was about 6 o'clock. And we got out there at about 7. And it was amazing. Like, we had no idea. Burke's Garden, if you look at it from an aerial view, it's like a bowl. People call it God's thumbprint. And we didn't know, but when we got out there, the whole place was just filled with this fog. Like, it was awesome. And it just made for some really cool shots of the water going. You could really see you could see the steam coming off the water as well as the fog. And we got a shot of a tree beside the waters, a couple of other scenes where it was really foggy, and it just made the music video look so cool. I had no idea that it was going to be foggy that day, so that was just amazing. That the conditions that we had that day. We saw a deer And it made me think of Psalms 42:1, where it says, "As the deer pants for flowing streams, so my soul pants for you, O God." And again, my soul pants for flowing streams. So it was kind of a water theme that day, which is pretty cool. So when I was about 11 years old, I was in the Boy Scouts, and we used to do bike rides around Burke's Garden. And the bench that I sat on and that I sang the song on in the music video, I used to stop at that bench and rest, and I think maybe I ate lunch there once or something. But when we got out there to Burke's Garden, I remembered that bench was there, and I thought, oh, that'd be a cool place for me to sit and like sing the song. So that's what we ended up doing. We also filmed me at the old post office there in Burke's Garden, and I wanted to put that in the music video as well, kind of as an iconic Burke's Garden. When people think of Burke's Garden, they usually think of that post office, and it says so on the side too. So anybody watching the music video that doesn't know where Burke's Garden is could say they could see it was Burke's Garden. I thought that was pretty cool to put that landmark in there. Next thing I want to talk about is something really funny about the music video that not many people know. Really, the only people that know this is my dad and I. As I said, the first thing I envisioned was water, and we got a lot of that. The second thing I envisioned was me running. Well, I knew from as I mentioned, I used to ride my bike in Burke's Garden a lot when I was a kid. I knew that there was this really straight stretch where there was like a hump in the road, and then kind of a long stretch where you could see pretty far. And I got my dad to drop me off at the very end of it, and he drove, I'm guessing, at least a half a mile away, and parked the car and then set the camera up. And then I think he texted me and was like, "Okay, I'm recording, you can run now." But before he did that, he was like, "Son, are you sure you want to run that far? Are you sure it's necessary to run that far?" And I was like, yeah, I gotta run that far. Oh my gosh, my dad told me, he was like, "That's a little, I don't know if the camera's even gonna pick up." And I was like, no, I want to do it. And I don't know what made me so, I guess in my mind I thought it would look good from far away, but I found out in the editing process that really the last few yards was the best shot. That's what I put in the music video. But what's so funny is that I took off running and just sprinting just as hard as I could, and by the time I got to the camera, I was exhausted. Like, I was not used to running that much. I wasn't just running, I was sprinting as fast as I could. And the funny part was, I mentioned there was a hump in the road. Half the part where I was sprinting, you couldn't even see me. So by the time, if you notice in the music video, whenever I stop, I look really tired. It's because I am really tired. I just got through running like a half a mile to the camera. And there's this really funny part that happens right after I cut the scene and that I put in the music video is when my dad set the camera there, he started, there was this lady outside. I think she was like, I don't know, picking blackberries or something. I don't know what she was doing exactly, but she was out there and she got to talking about photography with my dad because he saw that he had a camera there. And he got a chance to tell her what I was doing, that I was filming a music video and that I did Christian music and stuff. And as soon as I ran and got there to the camera, there's a scene of me like, I'll go ahead and show it now.
Well, is that him?
Oh, hey.
Hey there.
So I started talking to the lady that was there with Dad, and she was really nice, I remember. And that was pretty cool. Also pretty funny that I always chuckle to myself whenever I watch that music video, that part in the music video of me running. So next thing I want to talk about is the editing process. I used a effect called teal and orange. So I'll go ahead and display now what the raw footage looks like. As you can see, it's kind of basic, not very colorful, kind of white, kind of bland looking, and it's still beautiful, but I thought it needed a little bit something more. So I started searching through the effects and I found teal and orange effect, and now you can see that the teal and orange effect, the difference that it made, it gave it more of more of the feel that I was looking for. Added some color and some contrast to the footage, to the original footage, and it gave it this look that was pretty, made it look good, And with the fog and everything, and then that effect, it ended up, Unimaginable Love is one of my favorite music videos ever because of the landscape. Like, it's just so beautiful. That morning was just so beautiful with the fog. Burke's Garden is a beautiful place to be, and the fact that it was a song that I wrote, it's just something that I'm really proud of. The music video and the song and all. So, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned I was going to talk about the lyrics of the song and the video, and then what happened after I uploaded the video. So I want to talk about that now, what happened after I uploaded the video. It's what really makes this song extra special. There was this woman named Andy Jo that lived beside my grandmother for many years. My grandmother, my grandfather, and my mom grew up there beside Andy Jo and her kids. So Andy Jo became really good friends with my grandma and grandpa. Lived there for many years. Andy Jo, though, decided to move to Florida because of her health. That like the salt water would be good for her, and the warmer weather, because it gets cold, really cold in Virginia. So she decided to move to Florida, and it just so happened that was the year that I was born, 1996, that she moved to Florida. I don't remember Andy Jo, but she was really good friends with my grandma and my mom, and actually my mom and my sister went to visit her because she got really sick there not long after I uploaded this music video. Maybe kind of during that time that I was filming it and uploaded it, she was getting really sick. And so my mom and my sister and my grandma got to go visit her and come back and stuff. And so Andy Jo is actually in the Hurt video for a few seconds. That's actually the day that she was leaving to go to Florida, that she was moving. And you can see my grandma Eileen kind of like standing in front of her trying to get her to stay, because she wanted her to stay. And in the background there you can see my great-grandfather, and my mom was there that day and stuff. And so then that day Andy Jo left to go to Florida, I think. And so she lived there for many years, and like I mentioned, when I uploaded Unimaginable Love, she got really sick and she actually died. And on her deathbed, my mom, Andy Jo's daughter, called my mom and said, Andy's really not doing good, this could be it. And mom was like, oh, okay. And mom wanted to comfort Andy and her daughter. So she sent her the link to Unimaginable Love and said, this is a song that Aaron wrote and stuff, and it's about God and it's about his love and stuff. It might be comforting to you. So Andy Jo listened to that song. Her daughter played it for her, and her daughter said that she was like tapping her hand to the beat of the music and stuff, and said that that's the song she was listening to when she passed away. So it's amazing how God uses things to comfort others. When God was laying it on my heart to write this song, I didn't know that it would be such a comfort to Andy Jo. As I mentioned, I don't even remember Andy Jo because she moved whenever I was born, the year I was born. So that's makes this song really special as well. My mom still calls Unimaginable Love Andy's song. That's kind of what she calls it, is Andy's song, because of that. So that's all I have for talking about Unimaginable Love. I hope you all like this video. If you like this series, that I'm doing about the story behind the song, feel free to leave a comment in the section below, and let me know what you think, what you like, what you didn't like. Also, if there's any songs on my channel that you all want me to do a story behind the song, I'd be happy to do it. I kind of want to do a couple and just see where it goes. I really like this. I like talking about this stuff. Be sure to like, comment, as I said, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Film won't see you anymore. Now act pretty, because I have you on film. If you're acting ugly, I've got it on here. Andy Joe, what's your last word?
Goodbye, Sheila.